Oh, that's right there. The sound of fucking my phone. Better turn that off before I start this professional episode. That's how I do these podcasts. I should have called it I don't give a fuck.
Like, are we on?
Yeah.
There's definitely one already called that.
Yeah, all my podcasts are just like, but I like doing them.
No, man.
My guest today, Kevin Christy. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude.
First time over here to the Record Palace.
For those about to talk.
Yeah.
How many people have done that on this podcast?
No one.
All of them? Oh, cool. I'm the first.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Kevin Christy actually drew the logo for the show. If you, all 9 of you listeners, you see that thing on the iTunes.
You're 9, but you're mighty. You're small, but you're important.
They are. They're 9, and there's one in Australia.
Gatekeepers, though.
Yeah, I got the one guy in Australia who just says, come to Australia. I'll just do a one-man show in his garage.
Dude.
I like when people say, come here or something. Like, yeah, okay.
I would like to. A lady yesterday was like, come to the East Coast. I'm like, tell a club to invite me.
Yeah, like who doesn't want to go to New York City at least once a month?
Me.
So Kevin Christy, he drew the...
yeah, man.
He drew my...
I drew your head.
My head.
Turned it into stone.
Turned it into stone. We had
not as hard. I had to reference the Metallica cover and Justice for All because I realized I'd never turned anyone into stone.
Yep.
And I was like, I know there's cracks, but I realized that the real linchpin to making someone looking like an old statue is the little circular pockmarks.
Yeah,
that's the secret to making something look like stone.
Chips in the stone.
Chips in the stone. Because before that, it looked cracked. But it didn't look like stone.
Like when you go to, have you been to Mount Rushmore?
No, I'd like to.
Yeah, I've been to Mount Rushmore. That's my new thing. Since I did Maron's podcast, I'm going to just say everything I do. We were just talking about because I've done a ton of shit, and then fuck you guys. Yeah, right?
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be
look, you did it.
Yeah, I did do it.
Say it, man.
It's nothing worse than holding in stories when you've been around the world, and some guy's like, "I went to Cabo. What am I going to do?" Go like, "Oh yeah, that's like level 1."
Who said Winston Churchill? Said humility in the face of ability is hypocrisy.
Yeah. That's some fucking nerd shit.
That's some nerd shit. I quote other nerds because I'm a nerd.
Yeah, you are a nerd.
Yeah, I mean,
But you're a cool nerd,
I mean, I'm not, I just like stuff.
Yeah, but you like good music. You like good clothes.
I try to like the best of everything. I'm interested in what the best is of everything. And that can even be the worst of something else. But who's doing the best of each thing?
Yeah, I'm into the same thing like that. I think the only thing that doesn't make me a nerd is I don't like nerds.
You like me?
No, in the form of like the comic book and dress like you're on Three's Company as Mr. Roper. You know what I mean?
I mean, no. What's so interesting is I've found over the years, at first you're like, nobody likes anyone that tries too hard. But the thing is, if you hung out with that dude for like an hour, you'd be like, all right, you're all right.
Yeah.
You'd like him immediately.
Yeah.
Like I was working this week, and there was a dude on set that I've sort of seen in auditions for a long time, and he dressed exactly like that, full Mr. Roper status. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But then he made a thank you card for everyone that he made like a collage. I was like, all right, you're a good dude. Everyone's a good person.
No, they're good dudes. Yeah.
But yeah, you want to be like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think in life you kind of need someone to be like, fuck that guy, to write material. I don't know.
But at the same time, it's like we're all just trying to talk to girls or someone or a boy we want to fucking make out with. It's all the same exact, like if you're heterosexual and you're a dude, you're just trying to talk to girls.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get some girl like you. So it's whatever your strategy is. Mine just happens to be different.
I'm the opposite. I'm just like, I'm beyond girls because chicks don't dig me anymore. So I'm into other stuff like, what can I get that I really dig inside my house?
I remember like Steve Jones was when Jonesy's Jukebox first started happening. They were asked, he's like, "What about you and girls?" He was like, "I'm done, man."
Yeah, it's
he's
true.
Like, the last thing I feel like doing is chasing some girl around.
I had him on my show. He said the same thing.
He's like, all I care about is music. If you really need that shit, go to a massage parlor.
It's true,
dude. I mean, you gotta just like take care of it that way.
Just call in the relief team,
dude. I was talking to a comic. I think I'll leave him nameless, but he was giving me the lowdown. I was like, "Where do you go?
Yep.
How does it work?" I fully know I'll never do it, but I want to know it's there just in case.
Yeah.
I'll never do it just because I feel like I'll get too nervous and you know, nothing's worse than not being able to get it up in front of a professional.
I think it works. It happens. But
Otherwise
you know what? Maybe you go, like maybe we go one day as a secret podcast and we just review it.
I just want to I'm so fascinated by just the ins and outs of it. What are the ins and outs of it?
Yeah.
The parameters. How does it work? What is the girl like? What's her name? Does she have an accent? Do you feel bad?
Yep.
Like,
do you feel bad?
That's the thing. The only part of it I know would not go well is how I feel after I'm done.
Well, what about the legal places like in Amsterdam? You just go out there and...
I still feel like I'd feel bad for the person doing it.
Right, but...
No one wants to be a rub and tugger when they're 12.
No, they don't have that. They don't have 12. Like
no, but I mean, like when they were a kid, that's not what they wanted to do with their life.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
I don't want to. I can't, man. I cannot digest guilt well at all. It's what I was in therapy today, man.
Yeah,
fucking.
Now you go to therapy.
I go to therapy once a week. Dr. Christine Campbell. Yeah, it does. It really helps me. I had to go. Yeah. I was in a bad place. I had to start fixing stuff before stuff stayed broke.
Yeah,
you know,
I felt like I needed therapy today and yesterday for sure.
Dude, you need someone who has nothing invested in you to help you compartmentalize stuff.
That's why I just blew it all on you when you came in.
Seriously, you need someone who's like impartial enough to be like, nah, you're fine, man.
Yeah. That's what I needed because you know the story.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is what happened. Like, here's what happened. I did the Maron podcast, and I was really fired up.
Yeah.
And I was really excited.
As you should be.
And then, you know, and then the next day I started going like, oh, fuck, man, you know, because, like, I didn't want it to come off like I've been everywhere, but I have.
But you've been everywhere.
Right. So I didn't want to hold back fun stories, you know, but you also don't want people to go like, when you're a comic, people like that illusion of like, this guy's poor, he's starving, and he has nothing, which isn't a weird illusion, you know, like, because most comics you're seeing, the big ones, are rich.
But if you know they're a well-known comic, there's a good chance they're pretty rich.
That's correct.
But like I mean, I have a similar problem, like, because I have a house.
That's right.
And you know, so that's not. I'm not broke. I'm not rich. But like I got real lucky and was able to get a house. I didn't like buy it outright, but I was able to get it.
Yeah.
You know, but like, so that's like that's odd for your average comedian.
It is.
But I did it somehow.
I mean, I traded my whole life. I'm totally poor. I live here in this guest house, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I don't have any money. No. And I traded not having a wife or kids or a regular job or family or for most part, maybe friends. I mean, friends are like you, comics and stuff.
Yeah.
But you trade everything and it was worth it. I've been, you know, basically got to do great shit. You're only here one time.
Yeah.
So, like, when I was growing up, I was like, oh, I want to dive with great white sharks. I just showed you. It took me 20 years, but I figured out how to do it and went and did it.
I mean, I don't think there's a better or worse version. There's just different versions. And you got to decide which one you want and then just try to like that one the best.
That's it.
Because if you're always going to think about the stuff you didn't do or the stuff you didn't have, but at the same time, if you'd have chosen the other path, you'd think about this path.
Well, you know, like when you run into old high school buddies or something, and they go, man, you really did it right.
Yeah, they're like, dude, it's so cool that you do that.
Yeah.
You know, I get those kind of Facebook messages if someone sees me on TV or something, and I'll look at their Facebook and I'll see them with the kids in the yard and a wife and stuff, and I'm like, God, there's a part of me that really wants that, but that's just not. I mean, it's not even that I didn't try to have that. I sort of did, but like you get the life you get. So it's about like trying to just do the best try to come up with the best version of that you can.
I mean, in a perfect world, you just wish you could have two lives. You go, okay, your first one, you get to fully dick off.
Yeah.
For the whole time.
Yeah.
And then the second one, you have to procreate and kind of give back to Earth. That would be kind of cool. Like, make sure Earth is here. You've got kids. You're not a fucking shithead. So that would be kind of cool because then you'd be really kind of live.
Two's all you need.
Two's all you need.
Fix all the mistakes from the first one.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I feel like a lot of life is figuring out how to live with the least amount of regret. You don't want to be constantly being like, damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has regrets, and you just don't want them to be so big they eat at you all the time.
Yeah, I don't have any regrets, like
I have regrets about, maybe ways I treated people or something like that. But like it's not, you got to think about like, what? I was a kid. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
It's true.
I just like fucked up kind of. I just didn't know any better at the time.
Yeah. I mean, you do have those kind of regrets, I mean, I lost a lot of friends over the years because I was just such a perfectionist, I think, in my band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Playing music, that I just lost dudes that weren't on the same page as me.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, I've been trying to fix those, like hang out with the guys and stuff. But, you can get crazy when it's art involved and there's other dudes involved.
It's real hard to do something creative with other people and stay friends. It's really difficult. You kind of got to pick a boss and be like, all right, we're going to do this together. But one of us, you got to have someone with final say.
Yep.
Because it's just a difference of opinion. It's not, and then no one's opinion is better than the other one necessarily. But you get real passionate about that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's in your head and you can see it or hear it how you want it. And it's hard to get someone to see it in the same way.
Yeah, some people have the vision, too.
Yeah.
Like in a band, you could have the best drummer ever, but he doesn't even know how to pay his fucking PG&E bill or cell phone bill. You ever meet guys like that?
Yeah.
They're totally amazing artists, but they don't know how to fucking even live.
Dude, I got a collections notice today. I can't fucking do that shit right.
Yeah.
I got the money to pay the bills and I can't do it right.
It's true because you're in your own world, man.
I can't. I see that stuff and it doesn't even register in my head necessarily. I'm just like, oh, that's a piece of paper. And then months and months go by. I mean, it's like I've never once gotten a collection notice for any amount of money over $50.
Isn't it weird?
It's always like something. It's what gets me every year? They charge you for like brush clear away. Or some shit.
Yeah.
And I look at that, I'm like, what even is that? I don't even know what to do with that. And it goes to collections almost every year.
Yeah, look at that pile of papers over there. That's like stuff,
dude. I got that same pile.
At. Yeah.
Parking tickets.
And you know what? It's just boring to me. My brain doesn't work that way.
No.
But I used to, man, when shit would come in the mailbox, I go, take care of it now. I had this like regimen of like clean the house, take care of this, get the oil changed. And I think somewhere along the way, I was like, fuck this.
There's a part of me that's just like, dude, that is bullshit. I don't want it in my brain. Fuck the system. You could suck it.
That's true.
Plus, since I already have a house credit rating, I don't necessarily, as long as I can pay the mortgage, which I always do.
Yep.
The credit rating thing isn't that big a deal. I should get it fixed, but it's like, man, fuck your fake ass rating.
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, I always tell people, once you got the shit you got, whatever happens with your credit happens. But boy, you need that score to be primo when you're trying to get a fucking house, or even a car. You don't want to pay 9%
I'm not going to need
on
a car for about 2 years. So I feel like I'm going to call the credit fixing agency in the next couple months.
Yep,
we're going to start that process. We're going to get us back over 700, you guys. We can get a decent interest rate.
You know what? My score goes down all the time from buying stuff and then selling it, paying it off.
Yeah.
Which is the ridiculous.
I paid off my student loan early. I paid it off like a year early. Yeah. I just wanted it off my back, and my credit rating went down.
It's unbelievable.
That's all you need to know about the system and the fucking bullshit it is. That's bullshit. I'm a conscientious citizen. I paid it off early, and your credit rating goes down. That, my friend, is all you need to know about the banks and why they're fucking us, and fuck them.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I've spent almost $1 million, $780,000 or something in motorcycles since 2002. Buy it, I ride it for a year, I sell it off, buy another one, maybe buy 2, 3, flip them, that kind of stuff. I looked it up. It was about $780,000, and my score went down to like 680.
Yeah, because they're pissed at you. They don't make any money off you.
I know, man. It's like, you assholes. This should be 830 right now.
Yeah.
They're dicks.
It just tells you that it is a rigged. It's not about doing the right thing.
It's not about that.
It's about giving them the most amount of money possible.
How can a guy with like his cards fully maxed have a better score than me?
I mean, it's always. I mean, nothing would please me more than to have the money to buy something full out cash and then just lie to them, get some rad deal, and then be like, "Psych!"
Oh, I always do that.
But don't they give you that like early payoff penalty shit?
I ask them first if there's prepayment penalty,
Yeah.
and usually they say no.
It's bullshit. Well, motorcycles, I mentioned, they just want people to buy them.
That's right.
It's a luxury item.
Well, motorcycles are a luxury item. Motorcycles, to me, are basically something you're selling somebody. It's like drugs. It's like it's probably going to kill you.
Dude, I was just yesterday thinking about getting a motor, like what it would happen. I was like, because I love the way motorcycles look. They're fucking cool, and
They're
I'm
beautiful.
single. I don't have a wife and kids, and I was
Yeah.
like, I could have maybe afford a motorcycle. And then I was like, this is how it would go. Did you hear Kevin Christy got a motorcycle? And then 8 minutes later, I just got a text. You hear Kevin Christy died in a motorcycle accident? I mean, it's the next day.
I don't think so. I think
Dude.
that if you
Eyesight,
drink?
bad coordination.
Do you drink?
No.
Okay, you don't drink, you don't smoke weed.
Nope.
Those are the two main crashers.
Dude, what about other drivers in wet roads?
Yeah,
Two of my buddies
You're
broke-
not going to ride in the rain. You
No,
are.
I wouldn't. I'm
ride in the
I'm
rain.
weekender for sure.
Right, so you're not riding in the rain. We're wiping that out. The next crash is
What
guys
kind of
that
bike could I handle?
Triumph.
Old
would be
Triumph, new
awesome for a
Triumphs.
new Triumph. Fuck old Triumphs. Well, they look the same, the new ones.
Yeah.
And the old ones, you got to fuck around with carburetors.
What's a new
kickstand.
Triumph cost?
I can get you one for about $5,500. That
Oh.
is the bomb.
Okay.
Like straight up James Dean looking, you know.
Just roll up Griffith Park, roll home.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll take you to a guy that'll teach you how to ride in 2 days, and you'll be great.
Guys, I'm getting a motorcycle.
First, what you need to do is take the lessons.
Yeah, I
Even
gotta
if
get
you
that
never
license.
buy a bike, it's fun to do anyway. I
Yeah.
tell people, you go ride.
I've seen people at PC when I went the junior college I went to, Pasadena City College. On the weekends, you'd see people getting their motorcycles licensed
It's so
on those
fun.
little, what are those 150s or whatever? Those
Yeah.
little bikes.
Yeah, it's 250s.
Yeah.
They're really small and
Is
fun.
a Triumph? It's a what kind of shifting is it?
They're
Like a
all
clutch?
shifting hand clutch.
Okay.
Now they do make an automatic bike
but
recently.
I'll get clowned, right?
It's just not as fun.
Okay.
It's not a clowning thing. It's not like, look at this guy. But
Right.
you just love the pulling the clutch. And
Okay.
that's what it's about.
Harley guys, will they clown me for trying? They're not in. They don't mix.
Harley guys don't care. They don't matter anymore anyway. Who cares?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they're like 90. What are they going to do? Look at this good-looking guy with a nice bike getting laid on TV.
I only see whenever I see a nice Harley, there's an old ass dude on
That's
it.
what I'm saying. What's he going to clown you on? You got everything right.
Well, that's what I was reading Hunter Thompson's Hell's Angels book
Great
a few
book.
years ago, and he was just talking about none of the Hell's Angels rode Harleys. They all rode scrap bikes they put together themselves.
Yeah, they're actually Harley motors, but they were just, what they call, what do they call those? They're like in crates, like they just put them together with
Yeah,
parts.
it's
They're
all-
choppers,
Yeah.
but they called them something like basket cases.
Okay,
That's
a
what they
great
called them.
name
You
to
show
call
up at a
it.
guy's garage, a bunch of shit in a bunch of baskets, and you put them together.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't the whole point of a real motorcycle enthusiast can work on his own bike?
It just depends. To me, I'm into riding. I don't like to fucking work on them at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
I'm the guy who wants one that runs perfect that I can ride to Vancouver tomorrow if I want it.
Yeah.
That's to me. There's different guys. There's wrench heads,
Yeah.
like gear heads. There's weekend riders like that never ride except Sunday to the rock store.
Yeah.
And then there's full blown riders like me, guys that ride every day, rain,
Daily, yeah.
snow, hot, everywhere.
That shit's that daily driver is the crazy one.
God, I love it.
Two of my friends had crotch rockets, and they both got in accidents. They're twin brothers, week apart from each other, same bones broke.
Man.
One buddy almost lost his leg. Those bikes are just too fast for the weight.
Yeah, I don't fuck around with that stuff. You
It's too
ride
much
where
speed for the weight.
Well, you're in a position where you're already in a crash position.
Yeah, you're
like-
basically pre-roll.
you're pre-ready. It's like a cannonball.
Yeah,
like,
you're in cannonball shape.
That's all you are. You're on the cannonball that's been shot out by the throttle.
Those things are so fucking fast, man. They're cool looking though.
Oh, they're cool as fuck, but they're uncomfortable and
They are?
Oh yeah, because they wrist get all funky.
Oh, okay.
Because your weight is on your wrists, and
Yeah, your torso's
and
on
then
your wrist.
neck is getting blown around because you're in a weird position. I never liked
When
it.
it's really hot, right?
Yep.
And you still wear the jacket. Are you kind of cooled off by the speed of the bike, or are you just sweating like a pig?
Well, they make these great jackets that are all ventilated. You just kind
Okay.
of open the vents. And
Right,
it's- Oh, they're awesome. I've got one. It's fine.
It's a whole world.
Yeah, the motorcycle clothing is phenomenal these
Are
days.
there a lot of girls around this culture? You meet girls.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's
Like,
just all dudes.
no. Like if you get into the Triumph kind of rockabilly world.
Yeah.
Like say I went and saw Social D at House of Blues.
How were they?
Oh God. Let me tell you something.
Who's playing drums?
You know, when last time I saw him was Chuck Biscuits on
I
drums.
saw him 10 years ago, Chuck Biscuits at
Remember
the
that?
Hootenanny.
Yeah, Hootenanny. I was there.
Were you there when that kid's mom beat up a dude?
All I remember was I played Hootenanny. I got the shirt.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I played
That's
on one of
awesome.
the side stages.
Okay.
And Social D played headlined and
Although that could have been any Hootenanny.
no, but this one had Chuck Biscuits because he
This was like 1999, 2000.
hell
Yeah.
yeah. That's the one I think it was 99.
Hot as hell.
I got the shirt.
Okay.
Hot as fuck.
And,
I played on a stage with no
Buck
roof.
Owens, too?
Yeah, Buck Owens.
And
That's
Cramps.
the one I was on. That's
Cramps.
the one I was on, man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. So Social D was, fucking on fire, man.
That's awesome.
Like,
I love me
Mike
some
Ness is just such
I like
a
that dude, man.
classy dude, huh?
Walks it and talks it.
I couldn't believe it, man.
OG, OC, fucking straight up suburbs, like dirt bag punk.
And it's crazy.
Love it.
He's like almost, maybe 58 or something.
Yeah.
And he looks great. He lost weight.
Okay.
And man, they were playing class like they played my favorite, Drug Train,
Yeah.
which I never hear him do that one.
Dude.
Story of my life.
There's a certain bands where you're like, I'll go see you tomorrow, man.
Yep.
Social D's that is one of those bands where you're like, dude, you guys rule. It's like you're not going to get huge playing rockabilly, but you can play it for a long time. That's sort of rockabilly punk. The guys are going to want to go. It ages well.
It does, man, because the people.
Because you can still dress that way when you're 50. So the
Yeah,
guys
and
are
they
still
love
want to go out.
nostalgia, You know what I mean? It's like America when it was like in the 50s that people
Yeah.
think was the last great era.
That's an acceptable style for a dude to dress well into his 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
You can put on a flannel and have some gray hair and a beard. Go see Social D if they're still playing, man.
Yeah.
And what bands can you do that with?
You can, man. That's what I wore. I had a flannel on, my boots, my Levi's.
Yeah, if you're older, you probably go see like Leonard Cohen or something like that. But like
Yeah.
for like a rock band,
Yeah.
still have
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Yes.
Morphine. Remember those guys?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
that kind of
Morphine.
shit,
Yeah.
But they were unbelievable.
That's great.
3 nights sold out. I
Dude.
saw John Huck there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was there hanging.
Last time I went to House of Blues with Ari Shaffir, we saw Andrew WK.
Oh yeah, hey.
At the
You like
end,
it?
I loved it, dude.
Oh.
It was a Guitar Center drum off,
Oh.
and he played the end. Almost everybody left. Like people were out. It was about 100 people left.
Yeah.
Andrew WK did the whole record front to back.
Oh.
Was giving so many people piggyback rides on stage, he broke his leg. Finished
Oh.
the show on a broken leg.
What?
Yeah, we watched him get taken out in the ambulance. It was awesome.
What was that song? Fight, fight,
Yeah,
fight.
I fucking love that record.
I saw
dude.
when that record came out. I saw him at the Viper Room. The guitar player wore Hawaiian shirts. Was he still in the band?
Yeah. Well, dude, apparently, because he made that record himself, like did
That's
all the
right.
instruments, and then he just hired old death metal dudes from Florida.
It was
To play
weird
the
how they
record.
looked.
Yeah.
Like what is
I
going
like
on?
that dude.
Yeah, I never got into them or the Darkness.
See, I liked both because at the time I wasn't probably feeling like legit metal nostalgia at the time, so I was like, okay, what is? And it was one of those things where I can't tell if you guys are joking or not.
Right.
But then, like the rhythm guitar player for the Darkness is legitimately good.
Yeah.
So it's like even if you're kidding, you're also ripping at the same time.
well, yeah, they could play and stuff. I just wasn't into the tunes,
Yeah, some of them were good, some weren't, but it was like I don't want it to get to where I feel like it's too nostalgic. Like, dudes, because some of this music's good, so just bring it.
Yep.
But then that Andrew WK record, if you put it on, I'll fight someone to it. Like, it's just enough to where you're like, you know what? I'm glad I'm not in my car right now.
That's
Because I
how
may jerk the wheel, homie.
That's how I feel when I hear Slayer.
Dude, yeah, there's certain
I start
bands-
looking around like, who we clocking?
Well, dude, at that Andrew WK show, it was me and Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
And there, there's some dumb mosh pit. And both of us were like, let's do it. But the saddest moment, we both had to take off our glasses. Take off our glasses and put them in our pockets, dude.
Nerd pit.
Nerd pit.
Nerd pit. That's my new term. Yeah, the nerd pit.
Yeah, we had to put our glasses there. And all I did was just try to beat up Ari. Just chase him around punching him. It was the best.
That's Weezer must have huge nerd pits.
Yeah, nerd sweater core nerd pit.
Yeah.
I remember learning that sweater core, the best way to describe like that scene.
Oh yeah, sweater rock. I called it.
Yeah. I heard the term. I was like, how would you think? It's like a lot of very nice people in cardigans sitting Indian style on the floor, being very polite during the show,
enjoying 4-part harmonies in the garage.
Dude, you'd look at me and think I was the biggest Weezer fan ever. Second record.
Hash Pipe is amazing.
Second record, great.
Yeah, the green cover
Weird
one.
as hell. Fucking interesting.
Love it.
But I remember after...
the second one's Pinkerton.
Dude.
Yeah,
Pinkerton.
Yeah. Everybody loves Pinkerton.
Because, it rips. Although My Name is Jonas is a great song.
I love the third one with Hash Pipe. Dun, 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 dun.
But after he got out of Harvard, he basically in an interview was like, yeah, the lyrics don't even matter. I just, like, make them up. They don't mean anything. I was like, come on, man. Yeah. Try hard.
Yeah.
Just try harder.
He lived in that apartment building next to Ari.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, like about 5 years ago.
So the bass player from Maroon 5.
That's what's a Maroon 5?
It's his band. It's a fucking garbage band.
So you did Two Broke Girls yesterday?
Yeah, I shot it yesterday.
So I'll just give the listeners a little run. You work like crazy. You're one of my favorite comedians. Have a show with Neil Brennan every Sunday at the West Side.
And friends that I host.
West Side Comedy Theater.
Yep.
And you've done 4 zillion commercials, like we said before.
Yeah.
But you've now you're starting. Seems like you're starting to work some pretty good comedy shows too.
It's finally people are finally starting to ask me to be on these shows, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean you're fucking great.
Thanks.
You know? That's the thing. It's like it's nothing worse than seeing 3 shitty guys, and you go, really? Why wouldn't you have these guys on your show?
But I mean, a lot of that's my fault.
Yeah.
I've never been great at selling myself, and I'm not, since I don't drink and I don't smoke weed, I don't hang out.
Yeah, you're not in circles.
So it's hard for me, but that Neil Brennan show has, that's where a lot of comedians have started to know who I am and just see me. That's how I got, like, I'm doing Meltdown this week, and that's how I got that from this dude, Tyler, that takes pictures, coming to the Neil show to take pictures, and he knows the booker. It's just like that.
Oh, that's great.
So, finally, people are asking me to do some more shows and some cool shows. So I'm stoked.
Yeah, Meltdown's a huge show.
Oh,
the biggest one in town.
I mean, I've been going to that comic book store forever.
I mean, here's the new credits. Mark Maron's podcast.
Yep. Meltdown
and Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler, UCB.
And,
Holy Fuck is a good one.
Yeah, Holy Fuck.
Yeah.
And
Josh and Josh show. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Everyone loves. That's a really good show.
Those are like credits, Those
are the best shows.
And Conan.
Yep.
Yeah,
Conan.
yeah.
I think Fallon's a really good credit now too.
Now Fallon.
That's a good show to be on.
Well, Fallon's the best show.
Yeah. It's a great talk show. I wasn't a huge Fallon fan, but man, he turned into a fucking great talk show host quick.
Incredible. It was so shitty when I first started watching it.
I don't even remember why. I remember seeing like clips, but you know what it is? That dude loves to find people funny, and he loves to laugh at other people. And you can see that in him. He loves when someone is on his show being hilarious. He enjoys it like he's in the audience. And you see that, and you're like, oh, man, you're a good dude. You love these people. You want to see them do great. There's no jealousy. There's no like, oh, I got to be funny now.
Right.
It's a great give and take. It's similar, although Carson was great at just being there and kind of like, he was a great straight man, like, to a lot of people. But, like, you see Fallon, like, oh, my God, you're killing, and just, like, helping them.
Yeah.
He had
some more fluid in there.
Yeah, he had Maron on, and Maron was doing a Dane Cook impression, and you could see Fallon was just dying.
Yeah.
He just loves it. I love watching someone who loves other comedians and other funny people and other performers do well, and you see the joy in their face, like, oh, man, you're so funny. I think you're so great.
Yeah, I love Maron. Recently in the last couple of weeks too, since I did the podcast, I listen to all his podcasts and stuff, and I see Maron around. But Maron, I've realized, to me, is like, even though he's only a couple of years older than me, I feel like he's like this father figure or something. Like he could be really mean to people, that are just like being assholes or whatever, but he could be really cool too.
Well, I think he's a real student of the craft, and he cares about it. But also, the great thing about Maron is the dude's a raw nerve.
Yeah.
So he can, even if he's mean to you, it may not. He may have done it on accident.
Yeah.
You know,
it was great. He had me read this email. He's like, read that email I sent you. You know, it was one where he said I'd never be on the podcast.
Well, Sean Patton told me a story where they were in somewhere, I don't know, some festival or something. And there was just some terrible show where everyone was eating it, no matter what. Fucking, this was like a murderer's row of lineup, and everyone's eating it. And Maron goes up and eats it like whoever just ate it. And Sean didn't see it, right? But it comes outside. He's like, "How's the set for you?" And Maron's like, "Fuck off, man!" Like, but then the next day, and someone's like, "Dude, he's not pissed at you. He's just it's a shitty room."
Yeah.
So the next day, Maron rolls up on Pat. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm taking you to dinner. Let's go." It's like took him to like apparently the nicest restaurant.
Yeah.
And it was just like, "Hey, man, you know, you fucking we're all pretty broken people, and sometimes some shit." I remember once. I said some shitty thing to one of those weirdos that hangs out at the store.
Yeah.
I was showcasing for Mitzi or something, or she was there. She was going to watch me. And this weird dude fucking starts to give me some advice. And I just snap at him. I'm like, yeah, dude, I got it. Whatever. Fucking I was a dick. I was just a fucking dick. And afterwards, I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I was fucking nervous or whatever.
Yeah.
I was nervous, man. I said a shitty thing. That's the thing. I have said so many shitty things trying to be cool or trying to be funny or trying to do whatever, trying to impress someone. Or I used to have, that was one of my main problems. I made a lot of people make the mistake, and I'm one of them, of thinking being negative makes you seem smart.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, I would just say some shitty, bitchy little thing that I thought was cool or whatever. And it's like, why did I fucking do that? I gained nothing. I just looked like a prick.
Yeah.
Just looked like a petty little shit. And so like that's what... for a while now, I've been trying to like not do that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think Maron's going to be somebody for real that everybody's going to look up to forever. Like, hey man, like he's going to be like this dude, like 10 years from now even, and people will be like, oh man.
Well, he's real open. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not like a
open.
closed off dude. He's skeptical because he's like all of us, but he's open. You know, I mean, he didn't know a lot about you, and he was like, who's some dudes that I should have on the thing? And me and Bill Burr were like, dude, you got to have Del Rey on.
Yeah.
And he was like, why? Who is this dude? And,
Yeah.
you know, but like, it's not like we had to convince him for an hour. We talked to him for like 5 minutes. Like, all right. Like,
Yeah.
You know, he's an open dude. That's the thing that I love about comedians is we're all pretty fucking open to lots of different kinds of people because there's lots of different kinds of people in comedy, and you meet them all, and as soon as you know they're a comedian, you do one show with a guy, you do one weekend with a dude, and you're friends with that dude forever.
It's true.
And who you don't know that dude before that. You
Nope.
come from completely different places. You have completely different upbringings and lifestyles and shit. But you both did some fucking weekend in Sacramento.
Yeah.
So now you guys are cool forever.
That's what happens because you only see people in the hallway for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize, like, when you're in that hallway, you're getting ready to go on. You're there to work. Your mind's fucking in a thing. And they're like, hey, what's going on? If you're not fucking engaged them, they go, that guy's a dick.
Yeah.
But you're getting ready to go on.
Yeah.
Then later on, you end up doing shows and they go, oh, right on. You're like, yeah, man, fucking we're all good.
Also, I hear y'all hear names of comics, and you hear this person's name. You see it on Twitter all the time. Like, this person's on this, and this person's doing this. And I'm like, who is this fucking... Fuck this guy. Why is he getting so much play? Why is he getting so much buzz? And I'm like, oh, you're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, because you're so funny. And that's why, because you're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and it
true.
takes like about 15 minutes to realize that person's cool, and there's a reason everybody likes him.
Yeah, that just happened to me with Rory Scovel, like in the last 6 months.
Fucking hilarious.
I love him. I did a show with him, one of those improv shows where you just make up material.
Oh, Elizabeth.
And then I just was like, oh, I love this guy. And I started just watching him. Then he was on Conan all of a sudden nonstop. And I was like, this guy's great.
Rory is a funny man.
Yeah, Rory. There's guys that I'm really starting to fucking see. Like,
Scovel's going to turn into something pretty fantastic.
yeah, I'm into like Rory.
His first Conan set where he just did a character.
Unbelievable.
He's like,
With
all right,
he's got
all
the
right.
beer, and he's like, I eat those cheese things, whatever he's doing. I was
He goes,
down.
you guys got to bear with me. I don't do a lot of this kind of stuff, this showbiz, but let's get into some zizzle zazzles.
yeah, that guy.
He called jokes zizzle zazzles. I told him, I was like, you're going to be saying zizzle zazzles for 20 years because that, my friend, is your catchphrase.
That shit was great. I'm into that.
That's the first guy I've ever seen. That's the first guy I've ever seen start out that hot on Conan. Like, it usually takes, most people's first joke does not hit on Conan. I don't know what it is.
All right.
But, dude, Scoville hit the ground running.
Yeah, he killed.
You know what Sean Patton did that was so great on Conan? He went up to the mic and then he just turned around in a circle. And he was like, I'm going to do a little 360 turn there. Like, when am I going to be on TV? I'm going to do a little 360 spinner.
I love Sean. These guys I've been seeing lately, like Sean, Anthony Jeselnik, man, that guy's killer.
Oh, dude. And the most efficient. Talk about wordsmith.
Oh, God, so great.
Word economy, man. There's not a superfluous word in any of his jokes. Those are that you can't take a word out and you don't need an extra one.
Yeah.
That guy's a skilled dude.
His set on Leno last week was amazing. It was just so good.
I'm excited for his show. David Taylor's writing on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Well, that's great news for Taylor, man.
And can you imagine, there's no one as perfect to write for Jeselnik than David Taylor.
Because he hates the world. I love it.
David Taylor is he's a sweetheart and also the meanest man in America.
Yeah, I kind of dig that about him because if he likes you, you wonder like he likes me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does this guy like me?
Well, because he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
But when he wants to be, he's made more people cry from stage in the OR than anyone I've ever met.
Yeah.
He can find your Achilles heel faster than anyone I know.
What was it like working on Two Broke Girls this week?
It was good.
So you what'd you have a guest
Just
part?
Guest star.
Did you get to see the hottest girl on the planet?
Yeah.
Kat Denny.
That's a lovely young lady there.
That woman is crazy hot. She dates the chef guy on the show though, right?
No.
What? I heard she did.
She is dating an actor that played her. He was I can't think of his name. He's Nick Zano, actor named Nick Zano.
Was he on the show?
He was on for a handful of episodes.
Oh, he played the boyfriend.
He played like her love
interest. The dirty
interest,
boyfriend that came in. That's who he
played
was.
like an artist.
I remember on the first 3 episodes.
They're engaged, actually. I believe.
All the good ones are getting snatched up.
That's the new move. You date for less than a year. You wrap. Well, dude, I mean, he's a smart man. You wrap that. You tie that up if you can.
Oh,
he's not a dummy.
No, she's beautiful.
She's pretty funny too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lovely young lady.
Now, if you had her or Christina Hendricks, which one do you choose?
I always go with older.
Yeah, well, Christina Hendricks then.
Christina Hendricks. You know why I like Christina Hendricks? Mm-hmm. And no disrespect to Miss Kat Dennings, but Christina Hendricks took her a lot longer to make it.
Yeah.
Pretty good perspective.
Yeah.
She's Christina Hendricks, a ride or die lady. You can see she's down for some real life.
She's so hot.
You know what I mean? She's married too. I actually tested against her husband. He's a fucking nice dude. Funny too. He's in Super Troopers. He's a funny
boy,
guy.
is he lucky though, huh?
Yeah, man.
I mean, you take a look at him. I mean, I look like a model next to him.
Come on, he's an adorable guy.
I'm only kidding.
Tall and skinny. The thing is, she's tall and he's tall.
Yeah.
You want to get with... I'm not tall enough to date her. I'm only 5'10". She might be 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't like chicks that won't date short dudes because it's like their insecurity.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, though. You can kind of tell. I mean, society has told women they got to be light. Yeah. So, the thing is, all that stuff, I don't blame women a second. What society has done to their psyches is completely fucked.
Oh, yeah.
All that magazine bullshit and I mean, you got fashion designers putting 14-year-old girls in dresses like that's supposed to look normal.
Yeah, that's just fucking
that,
dumbass
man.
shit.
If you're a woman,
toddlers and TAs.
Yeah, you look at a fashion show and that's them saying this is what women are supposed to look like. Well, they're 16-year-old girls, man. That's not what women look like. That's what kids look like.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's stupid shit.
Not stupid. So things that women do because of what based on their looks, I give all of them a pass.
Oh yeah.
Because can you imagine if that here's the thing, if that aesthetic standard was put on men, you and I would have never gotten laid in our entire life. I mean, we're disgusting.
Yeah.
And we're not even gross dudes.
I used to be kind of sweet though. Yeah, about 20 years ago for a minute.
I mean, I'm not, neither one of us are fat. I am not bald. Neither one of us are bald, but I am still fucking gross compared to what someone like Kat Dennings or Christina Hendricks, even, I don't care, these beautiful women like Whitney Cummings, these women, we look like a dead person who's on fire compared to them.
Oh, yeah, man.
There is no, if we were judged on the same standards, the human race would be extinct in 30 years.
Here's the funny thing, like I'll be with Dalia and Whitney will be around.
Yeah.
And this is how you know how bad you look. She doesn't even acknowledge I'm even there because her radar is like, oh, this guy probably works here or something. You know what I mean? Like, are you here to get us drinks?
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
hilarious.
Whitney looks hot as fire.
Yeah. I'm more into the like the Kat Denning or the Christina Hendricks.
Let me tell you something. I'm into them all. I don't have a type.
Yeah.
Someone asked me, like, what's your type?
You know what? I don't either, actually.
I just like a nice girl who I find look, I am realistic about what I look like. I just want someone I can talk to.
Yeah.
Someone who's nice and is either has a good enough sense of humor to get the jokes or is funny and can make me laugh.
So funny, like when you're younger, like I remember guys would be like, oh, I wouldn't fuck that chick. And then you see dudes at like your high school, reunion, like I went, and it's just like, they'll fuck a fire hydrant now.
There was a great thing in Vice, old Vice magazine, when Gavin McGinnis still worked for it. It was like, do's and don'ts, that fashion do's and don'ts. And there was a picture, kind of a goofy-looking girl, obviously doing something funny, and he was like, girls, wear all the lipstick you want, but most guys end up marrying their friend's funny sister. And you're not wrong, man.
Yeah,
because let me tell you something, when life gets hard, it doesn't matter what shape her ass is like. When the shit hits the fan, you need an adult woman who loves you.
You need a friend.
Yeah.
a friend that can put up with your bullshit.
Yeah, because let's be honest, you're nothing special.
Yeah, I don't even think a chick could date me right now. I'm just out of my mind.
Well, you're on a grind.
I'm on a grind.
You're on a grind schedule, so that's real hard
Yep.
to work a relationship into.
That's true.
You're like, hey, you want to see me once a month and never at night?
Yeah, never at night.
Yeah.
Never at night.
That's some like go on a date, go to dinner, and then what? Nothing after. How are you going to get laid?
Yeah, today's the end of the month. I'm at 31 shows already this month, and that slowed down a little bit. I'm 8 behind last year.
I used you as an example. I was arguing with someone who I may have dated, who is a writer trying to maybe get back into trying to get back in stand-up, and I was like, listen, I'm not saying you can't do it. I think you could, but you're going to be on a fucking grind? I'm like, because the game has changed. It's different now. Everyone you know is trying to get up every night, and by the way, there are rooms full of killers. People whose name you don't even know, that you've never even heard of, are walking into rooms and lighting it up. There's a lot of good comedy out there. I'm like, you ready to get out there? Like, I said, I was like, you want to fucking follow me? And I didn't even mean like me, Kevin Christy,
right.
But like people, I feel like most comedians are at my level or better. They're going up there and they're telling fucking good jokes and they're gonna kill. So like, you better get out there and better be ready. And I was like, you gonna get on Dean Del? And I was like, how you gonna get spots? I'm like, you better make friends with Dean Del Rey. You better find out where Dean's headed.
Yeah.
And she was like, who is that? I was like, you don't fucking know. I'm like, this kid's on the grind, and you better be ready to get on the grind. Otherwise, don't even bother setting foot out there.
Yeah, don't step into the once a week jungle.
No, man.
Because you just get ran over.
Yeah, just people complaining about not being past places. Like, oh, I wish I could get past some places. Like, no, you get out there.
Hey, you know what?
And I'm not even on the grind like you.
Yeah.
I'm on some 4 to 5 nights a week shit, which compared to you is like a hobby.
Yeah, but you also work a lot, though. You know, you write a lot, and then you audition a lot, and stuff like that. I write a lot, too. I think the main thing is I have to get on nonstop because I'm just so new.
Yeah.
You know,
you're introducing yourself to a lot of people.
Yep, and I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I just told you, it'd probably be funny if I was the bragger. Like,
yeah.
like
I mean, you could change your persona tomorrow. You have no idea.
You don't know because like.
What are you in year 3?
I'm in year 3.
Dude, year 3 isn't even doing. It's so crazy. But you know what though? If you're in year 3. But it's very. This is gonna sound weird. I'm about to compare you to the Beatles, but it's that outlier shit where they were that house band, and so they got to their 10,000 hours.
Yep.
Real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
You know the thing. You know what it's similar to. It's like you're in art school. When I was in art school, the one thing that when I look back on it, the problem with it was you're exposed to so much so fast you can't digest it. So like you're doing so much stand up.
That's yeah. I took 3 days off.
It's hard for you to get perspective on like, okay, what am I saying here?
Yeah,
What's my you got to like step back every once in a while and be like, what's my thesis statement here?
That's what I did. I took 3 days off. First time in 3 years.
Yeah.
3 in a row. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Also, the one thing I would say, you got to go out and like do. I mean, you're on the. Although you know what, you've lived a ton of life already.
Yeah.
The one thing I notice comics sometimes make the mistake of
They
don't
stop
go out.
living.
They stop living, so you don't have any stories.
Right.
Whereas, like, you know, I'm watching Sean Patton the other day, and he had a fucking story. He has this great story about how his friend came out to him. It's one of the best stories I've ever heard in my entire life.
Right.
I'm not going to tell it, but it's just about the way in which his friend came out to him had something to do with them both doing live improv in the streets in New Orleans, both pretending to be gay guys having a fake fist fight. And you're like, I mean, first of all, dude's from New Orleans, so he's got a real, that's interesting right off the bat.
Yeah.
But like, dude's got like, you need those stories.
Yeah, you
Stories, a good story beats a good bit almost all the time.
Every time. I've got a great story about having nachos with Prince. Trying to figure out how to do it right now. I'm going to do it. And it will happen. And
I have a hard time turning, because I don't live a life where I have lots of stories.
Right.
I spend a lot of time alone. Spend a lot of time at home.
Yeah.
But the few stories I have, when I try to work them into bits, it's not easy. You got to like, it's hard to figure out perspective on your own life.
You got to have like I had. I had Ari on the show, and I like that story about him shitting his pants doing that bridge tour in like Australia or whatever. But those have these jokes as you're going along.
That's what Al Madrigal is a master at.
Yeah.
All his jokes, most of his jokes are stories. But like, he does not let himself go more than 20 seconds without a hard punchline, just an analogy to that part of the story.
Yeah.
And I've seen him, I've been around him when he's writing those jokes, and it's like every step of the way, stop and where's the joke? Where's the joke within the story? He did a Conan set that was 4 minutes, and it was one bit. It was just one story.
It was the number one Conan set, I think.
One bit the whole way, but like there were probably 20 punchlines in it, maybe more.
And it's really a story of getting a day labor.
Yeah.
And it's genius because a lot of people try to go on Conan and they do 30, 40-minute sets, 50-minute sets all their life, and then they got to go on and show their self in 4 minutes, 4 minutes like 40 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
5-minute set, and then they try to just cut down all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand, too, because from what I hear, the Conan, or people go, we don't want one bit.
No, they want. I know because I know J.P. Buck he'll go around with comics and see what they're gonna do and kind of watch their set and help them workshop it. And he was going around with Al, and Al was like, "I'm gonna do one bit," and he was like, "Well, that's not really. Let me see it." And then he saw it. It was like, "Okay, this is one bit,
right?
But there's a ton of jokes inside of it,
right?
But normally it's like you go out there. I mean, they need I've heard basically they need a laugh within 10 seconds. It's got to be big.
Yep.
So unless you have the best story ever, that's hard to do. So you got to have a lot of short jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one joke, so I'm good to go. I'm ready for Conan.
Dude, people underestimate how hard it is to do TV comedy. It's very hard.
Fucking hard.
It is a separate skill.
Yeah.
You see, you'll tell comedians, "Oh, this guy's or tell other people, this guy's so good, check him out," and they'll look up some TV sets. They're like, I didn't think he was that good, and you're like, you don't get it. Yep. It's just it's different, and I think it is there are people that who's great at it? Tommy Johnigan. Yeah. That dude kills TV sets. Done Letterman. Letterman a few times, which is hard to do.
Oh, you know who killed? Was that Brian on Letterman last week? The writer for Conan, the one-liner guy, the bald dude. Brian, damn, I forget. He's the older guy, bald. He writes for Conan. He did a set on Letterman. Brian, I'll look it up, but he destroyed.
Well, yeah, I mean,
one-liner guys.
If you have good one-liners, you can crush TV sets.
It's true.
But good one-liners aren't easy. I mean, Dimitri Martin, they're not many of those dudes.
They're not.
I mean, Dimitri came and did the West Side Show, and he was like, "I need 100 jokes to do a special."
Isn't that crazy?
100.
Like Stephen Wright.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know how you memorize those sets. That's what I always find strange.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
You don't have time to think because, like, a lot of times you'll be in the middle of a bit and you kind of, while you're delivering it, you have time to think of what the next thing is going to be. I don't know how you do that when you're doing real short jokes.
I don't either. What music you listening to right now? You got a new Rolex too. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
I went with you.
You did.
We're watch nerds.
Watch nerds.
Anybody that's tuned in.
I traded in my engagement ring that was given back to me.
Excellent.
Excellent. Life going well. And I got a Rolex Submariner for it, which I think is a fair trade.
Well, here's the thing. Kevin and I love cool clothes.
Yep.
Cool clothes look shitty on me, but I still wear them.
Look.
You know what I mean? I don't care. I got to have it.
Yeah.
We love watches.
Wristwatches.
And we love rock. And comedy. We're like brothers.
We have various. You're like my older brother.
It's so weird when we see each other. There's no way we should be hanging.
Well, the way I met you don't look like a dude I would hang with, right?
Yep.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, yeah, but I'm
my
just
buddy
saying.
Justin looks a lot like you.
I'm
but
saying
like,
people looking at us talking.
Yeah. And
they're
so
probably thinking I'm trying to get money out of you.
I think you had on a green sub, and I was like, sweet watch. And then we started talking. If you're into watches and someone has a good watch, you always never know if they know what's up with it. So I was like, yeah, cool sub. And you started like, yeah. And you start spitting serial numbers. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
I mean, if you make some money, I'm the type of guy, like, I'll make money once in a while.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do a movie or something, make 20 grand, and I'll spend it the next day on a motorcycle and a watch. I'm back to ground zero.
I was explaining to a buddy of mine, Jerry, and I recently came with this term. I was like, yeah, man, I'm a dirt person. I didn't come from shit.
Yep.
I don't know what to do with it. Only smart thing I ever did was buy a house. Because my father was still alive at the time, and he was like, you're going to fuck this money up. So buy a home, you idiot. And
what accent is that?
I don't know.
Your dad,
yeah.
Does it sound like your dad was like
Smart
Hungarian?
Dad. No.
You must buy house.
No, he's from Glendale.
Oh, shit.
But so, when I get a little money, first of all, I think to myself, like, who needs some?
Yeah.
And then, like, okay, what percentage of this can I buy something with that'll make me happy for a short period of time?
Yeah.
And, like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm a fucking conservative dude, not politically, but my lifestyle's pretty straight and narrow.
Yep.
I like to look down at my wrist and see something a little fancy because I never thought I'd have shit. When I was a kid, till I was 25 years old, I thought I'd make about $30,000 a year and barely get by doing whatever. I thought I'd be an illustrator or maybe a little bit of an actor. And I was like, if I can just come up on 40 grand a year and I'll just barely get by, I'll live in an apartment in Burbank. So when I got any kind of money from doing commercials, to me, it was just all cake. Like, this is just above board money.
Exactly.
Because to me, I'd go back to teaching art lessons or being a busboy. Fuck it. I didn't come from shit.
Me either.
I mean, look, I grew up middle class. So I wasn't poor. My dad was a school teacher. My mom worked at the phone company.
Yeah.
So, like, middle class, I'm a dirt person. So when I get money, I make bad decisions with it.
Me too.
I didn't know what to do. Like, that's, like, you get some money. It's like your friend needs it. You give it to him. You go buy something shiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because guess what? I could die in a fire tomorrow. And who gives a shit?
This is all I need. I love this place.
You know what? The one thing that's interesting about when my relationship fell apart, because we lived together. I bought this house. I bought a house. I bought it, but she was there at the time, moved in it with me. But when she moved out, it was the first time it was my house, because it was she lived in it the whole time I had it. So it was always our house. And I was like, Grant, my house isn't big. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's in a decent neighborhood. It's in Los Feliz, which I never thought I could live in a place like that.
Great neighborhood.
Like, you know what? I fucking own a home. That's not so bad. And I was like, my house. I was surprised. I was like, that's not so bad. You're not such a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's fucking cool to say.
But to me, it's like, that's some shit I don't feel like I deserve. I just came up on it. And it's like, you know what? Just hang on to this spot. Fucking keep it mellow. Live beneath your means. When you get money, get something. Like I worked on Two Broke Girls this week, so I bought these boots.
Yeah.
$200 cost me $200. I'm like, all right, you got boots. These will last, and these boots will last me the rest of my life. So it's like, all right, a nice watch you can wear till you die.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like right now, I already know the next 2-3 things I want to buy if I make some money. I've already got them picked out. I'm just waiting for the money.
Yeah, dude, just fucking,
They're just little,
and they're not even like a friend of mine does real well. He's real wealthy. And he told me about this tax thing where he may get some, like, he overpaid for a lot of years and he got a new accountant that was like, we're going to get this money back and it's a lot.
Wow.
And he was like, dude, he's like, I'm gonna buy like a $30,000 watch. I was like, nah.
No.
I was like, don't go anywhere over 10 because if you're going 30, you're buying gold. And you're just gonna bump it into a wall. You're gonna put a ding in it the size of a Doritos, and you're gonna have to take it and get it fixed. It's gonna cost you $2,000.
Yeah.
Just buy a steel Rolex, buy a vintage one. You'll
GMT we saw for 15.
Yeah, go. If you want to go hard, buy a GMT for 15, wear it for 5 years, sell it for 20.
No, hell yeah.
But just, and because he's the same way. Dude came from fucking Brooklyn.
Yep.
Didn't have nothing, came up on a real good show, made a lot of money. When I started calling myself a dirt person, he was like, dude, I've never heard that before. I don't know. There's something about that fucking hits me right in the heart. I'm like, yeah, man, you're a dirt person too.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know what to do with any money.
I should change the name of my podcast to Dirt People.
Dirt People, man. I'm thinking of getting it tattooed.
That'd be great. I'm a dirt person. We got to get a logo though.
Dude, we are dirt people.
Yeah.
He's a dirt person too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't know any better,
I would get that tattoo if we got a logo.
Here's how you know you're a dirt person. Mm-hmm. When you get a lot of money, it scares you. You're like, oh fuck. Oh wait, all right. You don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You don't trust your bank.
Yeah, you're like, is that really mine?
Yeah, dirt people don't trust banks. We believe we to a certain degree we believe in conspiracy theories, and we're not fucking wrong.
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. We talk about it all the time. Fucking dirt people.
Yeah, dirt people.
Dirt people want to meet a normal girl.
Yeah.
Dirt people are attracted to ladies that work at Home Depot.
This is a dirt people palace right here, this house.
Yeah, I walked in this place, I'm like, dude, this place is fucking sweet.
You got some fucking art that I bought that I couldn't afford.
Yeah.
That's worth fortunes now.
Dirt people are obsessed with a place above a garage.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at.
Dude, when I look at my garage, I'm like, God, if I could just get the money together to put something over the garage.
God, it's so great, huh?
We love a renovated garage. Because, dude, we didn't,
So you worked on Two Broke Girls?
Yeah.
And what's that like? A lot of people don't know about what it's like working on TV. How many days you work? What were you doing?
5 days.
5 days.
First day is like 2 hours. You just do a table read so the writers can hear the script. And then for the next 3 days, you rehearse every day. You run it twice. You rehearse, and then the network and the writers come and watch it.
Audience in the crowd?
Not for the first 3 days. And then the last day, shoot day, where they bring in an audience, and you're there for about 5 hours. You shoot from about 5:30 to about 10:30 or 11. Sitcom acting is the easiest lifestyle in show business. It is a dream for the actors. Yeah. Because you work 3 weeks. The regulars, they work 3 weeks. They get a week off.
It's so great.
And
for Leah,
it's a dream lifestyle.
And he lives 5 feet from the studio.
Yeah.
So
everyone, when you get to like season 2 or 3, everyone buys a house not far from the studio.
Yep.
So you're just rolling into work. But yeah, it's that kind of acting's fun because it's actually fun because the last day when the studio audience shows up, it's real exciting. You're like, there's an audience.
Great.
You're anxious. You got to do well in front of them, and they're changing. They in my scene they gave me a bunch of new jokes and write it. You got to remember. You got to really be focused because they change a bunch of your lines on the day because they find out what really works in front of the audience.
Yeah, I see him doing that when I'm over there.
Yeah, because what works for the writers and the producers is different than what works for a studio audience.
Yep.
So they change a lot of stuff. So you got to really be focused and ready to learn something new. And Andy Dick was on the episode. He killed.
Oh wow,
dude, he killed.
Wow.
Killed.
God,
that dude should be on a sitcom as a regular because he crushed.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's such a loose cannon, right?
I think he's
getting over that.
Well, I mean, like, okay, he was late the first day, but dude lives in Topanga, and they're shooting in Burbank.
Yeah,
how do you gauge that commute?
Yeah, you can't.
But you know what? He was late, and then we had a real early call, so fucking like an adult, he knew someone in Burbank, so he stayed at their place. He showed, Andy Dick showed up to work every day, did his job, and then on shoot day, murdered. Out of the park.
That's awesome.
The show is produced by, Whitney co-created it, thank you.
Yeah, right, Whitney.
I have now successfully pulled a Whitney Cummings hat trick. I have been on all 3 shows.
Yeah, so you're also, you do the new Whitney talk show. You do like field reporting?
I'm a correspondent for Whitney's talk show, Love You Mean It, and it's the most fun I've ever had. Okay,
that's great. You're doing that. And then what night is that on? Thursdays?
Wednesdays, 10:30 on E.
Okay, Wednesdays, 10:30 at E. And then you were on the regular Whitney show with
I was on Whitney's
D'Elia.
sitcom last season, did 2 episodes with
Yeah, you
D'Elia.
did got a hat trick.
Yeah.
That's badass.
I got to get her something.
So, yeah, you should. But
I should, man.
What should you get her?
A
watch?
I'm not lying. That's how many. She's not going to hear this, right? But D'Elia's going to hear this.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got to get her something nice.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I've always said this. If you hire me twice, you're in the Hall of Fame, friendship-wise, and you don't ever have to hire me again. And I will... If after the she gave me 2 episodes of Whitney sitcom, which she texted me on a Monday. What are you doing for the next 10 days? Nothing. Do you want to be on my show? Yes, please. Didn't have to audition, nothing. So right there, she had already gone. And before that, she'd gotten me on Carson Daly doing stand-up.
That's fucking great.
She already got to job 3. He was in the Hall of Fame. At that point, you never have to hire me again, and you are an angel. I already liked her anyway. She didn't have to hire me for shit. She was always a good person.
That's a cool person.
I've always thought she was a great human. But at that point, it's like, all right, you're in Hall of Fame. To the point where, like, if her name comes up and someone says something negative, I'm like, how about this? You shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, totally.
I'll fucking throw you down a flight of steps. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But so past that, she's gone out of her way to help me.
Insane.
And that is, people don't realize that's a pain in the ass. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care if your name's on the show. That is hard to do because you tell a lot of people that you don't need them. I'm doing your job for you. Here's this dude that you know or don't know. I mean, I have a decent resume, so if you're they
all want to get their dudes on the show.
Yeah, everyone has dudes, and they didn't see you. You're telling casting, you're telling the producers, I don't need you. I'm using this guy. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
And you show up, and you're like, I'm on the show. Yeah, and they're like, oh,
they're not juiced.
No.
So, she has gone above and beyond to do night. The thing I do for her show, the correspondent thing, there's a lot of guys that could do that she knows. She knows tons of comics, but she lets me do it, and I can't. I mean, I'll never be able to repair.
That's cool. So what do? You go on the field?
I've done 2. They sent 3. They sent me out. The first, I interviewed people that were getting relationship tattoos removed.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting lasered off, so I interviewed them. And then what you do is you do that, and then you do a desk piece, like, to talk about it.
That's so great.
Before or after. And then the second one I did, she's kind of into me being single. She thinks it's funny. So she sent me to the dog park to try to hit on girls.
Oh, man. That's great shit. That's the kind of job I'm looking to do,
dude,
man.
It's so fun. And then I did another one. I went and talked to people about the Oscars, and I'm not sure that one's going to air or not.
That's the kind of shit I want to do. Like a
man on the street stuff. I'll tell you, though, that shit is hard.
Yeah, it is hard. I just got a call today to do man in the campground at Coachella.
Okay.
They called me this morning. I'm going to do it. They're going to film it. I'm going to be like, we're going to do one episode where it's like, what's in your tent?
Here's what I can tell you. A lot. You know who gave me some secrets? Al Madrigal, because he's on The Daily Show.
That's right.
Do your own pickup lines. Be your own director. Be like, okay, I'm going to say that. Can you say that again? I'm going to say that again. That came out bad. Hey, don't. And by the way, the people you interview, you can't worry about them.
No.
Because I worry about them. I don't want to be too mean. At the end of the day, you're just trying to get funny moments.
That's it.
But you gotta and come joke loaded.
Yeah, I learned that. I've been doing Access TV every week.
Yeah.
That's like the Chelsea Lately show of music.
Yeah.
And the first couple weeks, I was way too mean.
Yeah.
Everything was like, nah, fuck this. That sucks. That's shitty. I learned something. When you say something shitty, have the other thing that's good.
Yeah.
Like, look, I don't just shit on everything.
No.
I don't like this, but I do like this.
That sort of like negativity, like snarkiness, I think is hack at this point. We have plenty of it.
Yeah.
By the way, the world is not short on negativity at this point.
Yeah, reality shows are everywhere.
So we do not need any more of it. So like when I do those kind of jobs, panel things, if I'm being negative, I make it about myself, and I try to find a positive spin no matter how, even on a negative thing.
Yeah, that's my new thing.
Because it's just, I mean...
Like, they were like, what about Beyonce lip-syncing, yesterday on the show? Dude. And I was like, hey, you know what?
It's 20 degrees, and also, fuck yourself.
Well, here's another thing. It took her 35 years to get there. Who cares?
Who the hell are you? The president. The president's behind you. Man. Let me tell you something. The job I'm most proud of ever is Neil Brennan let me try to help write for the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Right. Yeah, you guys wrote jokes for it.
For Seth Meyers, he's hosting it. And I got one joke. I got 2 jokes in the script, 1 joke on the air. I watched it at home. When he said the joke, the concept made it into my brain that the president just heard a joke that I wrote. I had to go out in my front yard and weep.
It's true.
Because the fucking president's involved, man. I'm a patriot, even though I believe we should take down the system.
Yeah.
because it's rigged. And
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt you drew.
burn
Anyway.
it down. No, I didn't do that. That's Mike
didn't draw this
Mike
one?
Maxwell did that.
Oh, I thought you drew this one.
I was supposed to, and Ari asked me, and I flaked. But Mike, that dude, he did it. I wouldn't have done one that cool. That shirt came out. Ari's like, this is a shirt I do. I was like, that thing rules. That thing came out. Mike's real good.
Yeah.
So,
So your joke was done at the White House.
it was done. Well, it's at a hotel, but
I mean, still,
the president heard it, and I couldn't even deal with that concept. Like, I made the president laugh in a way that blew my mind. So, like, you're gonna tell me you don't want a safety net when you're performing in front of the world on the set. By the way, first inauguration is one thing. The second inauguration is a way bigger deal. Yeah. That's some like John F. Kennedy. That's where he said. That's where he said all of the famous best quotes come from the second inauguration. 4 I mean, that's some shit, dude.
Yep.
So that's serious pressure. Let her lip sync. And by the way, the sound, they're outdoors.
You can't
and there's
hear the
a
band.
million people
Yeah.
that go for like a mile or a quarter mile.
Yeah.
You want shut up.
You can't hear shit.
You know how weird the speakers would be coming back at her? Like,
Yeah.
you have to plug your ears when people do national anthem at a stadium.
Yep.
Dude, shut up. You're
Yeah,
not
who cares?
Beyonce. And it's some bogus ass singers. That's player hatred.
Yeah, player hatred.
Don't be mad at Beyonce. First of all, being mad at Beyonce, you lost a long time ago, homie.
Yeah.
You lost at the battle against Beyonce. You lost a decade ago.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? Fighting your own death rattle?
It's like, who cares?
Yeah, man.
Who's got that kind of time?
Who has that time? That's the thing. That kind of like snarky panel stuff. I've always felt that it looks like a bunch of bitter nobodies talking about some real successful famous people they wish they were, or they wish they could work with, or wish they knew.
Yeah, I just try to do jokes on it so people laugh at the stuff.
Make fun of the circumstance, not the human, because who the hell are you?
What do you got coming up?
I got Comedy Central Showcase, West Side, this Tuesday. If you can come out and see me, I'd appreciate it. And Meltdown Wednesday, February 6th.
Yeah, Meltdown, man.
Meltdown show. I'm stoked. It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to come see you.
Dude, it's going to be the show.
Please remind me. I'll go for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
Then I should be on an upcoming episode of Whitney Show soon, if this Oscar thing, they use it. And then I'm on an upcoming episode of Two Broke Girls, like we mentioned. And every Sunday I host a show at Westside Comedy Theater. Neil Brennan Friends. We always get awesome lineups. Dean does it all the time. It's a fucking great show.
Yeah, we're not there this week because Super Bowl, right?
Super Bowl.
I'm doing it the following
Show's
week.
$5, and you get to see legit great comics. Neil's there almost every week, and we get great people to come in. It's a real value.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm at the Comedy Store most weekends and hanging out. Ice House.
Thanks for all your help, brother.
Dude, anytime.
And glad you came by. And everybody follow. You got a Twitter?
Oh, Twitter. I'm on Twitter at Kevin G. Christy. I'm one of the greats.
Any website?
Nah, man, fuck that. I got an art website, kevinsayshi.com. My name was taken if you want to look at my art.
Check that out. Buy one of
follow
his
me
paintings.
on Tumblr. It's same as my Twitter, at Kevin G. Christy. It's all art. I just put up drawings and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, right
Bitches, text me.
Yeah.
Get at me, ladies.
Yeah, lady, this guy, actually, man, if I had your looks, I would be slaying with chicks.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not a closer. I don't have a lot of game.
You got to open the door before you can close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta leave the house.
I don't have a killer instinct when it comes to ladies. I'll draw you a portrait that'll melt your heart. It takes a while.
All right, Kevin Christy right there. Hey, also, everybody listening, make sure you subscribe to the show.
Yeah.
And write a review, man. Even if you don't like the show, get on there and go, hey, fuck these guys,
Like
man.
it.
Yeah.
You like it. You know you already like it. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, just say, hey, everybody listening to this show, it's great. We're trying to spread the word. Thanks, Dean Del Rey, right here. And one last thing. I'll be in Indianapolis February 13th through the 16th with Eric Griffin from The Workaholics.
The Workaholics.
We'll see you out there, guys.
Peace.